Hi, good morning. This is a video directed or for people that may be experiencing, especially at this time, anxiety, worry, fear, wondering what's going to happen, um, just even depression, all of these mental health issues, all of these things that can make us immobilized and put us into our body and the feelings of the body. So I wanted to offer a simple way to help to pull us out of these fears, worries, depression, anything that is making us not happy, not feeling peaceful, not feeling that everything is going to be okay. And what is really important in that is knowledge, understanding what's going on, understanding why, and understanding our place in the whole. These things are all really important to eliminate and free us from these negative emotions. And negative emotions are negative because they are strong pulls that we feel in the physical body that take us away from our natural peace and our natural happiness. So no matter, the amazing thing about this COVID thing, which of course there's a lot of sorrow and pain around losing loved ones and being ill, and I'm not trying to underestimate that. But the wonderful thing about it is that when we look at it in the big picture, this time, this is one thing that has made everyone go home and let the planet heal, let the earth heal, let the animals have some breathing space, and let ourselves take some time to go within and figure out our own things that are going on inside, figure out who we are and what's important and all of those things. So how to make the most of this time and how to see it in a brighter light, how to recognize and take the opportunity for ourselves to eliminate those fears, those worries, those concerns that immobilize us, and two, how to make the most of it for our own benefit. So one thing that has helped me a lot is meditation. Now, there's a lot of talk about mindfulness meditation, being mindful of what's going on, being mindful of what's around us, being mindful of the body and what we're feeling. But there's another step that can be taken. So just for example, say we're feeling anxious. We're at home, our thoughts are going, or even maybe they're not going. We're just feeling anxious inside and we don't know what we're doing, we don't know what to do. Everything, the rug has been pulled out from underneath us, our business isn't happening, whatever it is that's causing anxiety. These are real things that are causing anxiety. Now, I'm in a situation also that my business has been shut down and I'm not making an income right now. So I can relate to that. I'm not, I do have, hopefully you all have food, and that's really important. But even if we don't, and we're just, whatever the situation is, it is essential to accept where we're at right now. It is absolutely essential to just accept this is what is right now. As my son says, it is what it is. So, okay, this is the situation. Whatever situation you're in, that is the situation. So that's the first step. The second step, and you can just write down what your situation is and put it in the positive. Put it in the positive way of looking at it. So I can't go out. My car isn't, at the moment, my car isn't working, so I don't have a car. It's raining. It's cold, but I have a roof over my head, so that I'm thankful for that. I'm breathing. I'm a soul. I am someone on the planet right now. I'm in the situation in a household with others. So that's my situation, and I am accepting that. So just note down the good things about your situation and accepting where you're at. Number 2, take some deep breaths. Breathe into whatever you're feeling, whatever it is. Just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. If you're anxious, if your heart is beating fast, if you take, say, 4, breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 8, you will slow down. So 3, 4. So that's an easy technique to slow down, to slow the mind down, to slow anything that's going on in the body down. If you're the opposite, if you're really going through depression and you have no energy, take some really even if you can just get yourself to the door, get yourself outside and take some nice, really deep breaths. So, and breathe in all that, whatever it is. Maybe you're in the city and it's difficult to do, but in a room where you are, just take in some nice deep breaths. So that's to get our body, which is pulling us into feelings, gross feelings really, because we want to get to more subtle feelings of happiness, of love, of peace and joy. Because whatever our situation, if we can bring ourselves into a place of love, peace, happiness and joy, no matter what it is, then it will help with whatever we're going through physically. It will shift our energy so that we can create something good for us, even no matter how bad the situation is. We can start to shift that and make it turn our lives around so it becomes more positive. But so breathing is really essential as a starting point. So number 1 is acceptance. Number 2 is to breathe through whatever you're going through. Number 3 is to recognize that you're not the body. You're not the body. You are the one that runs the body. You are that point of consciousness, the one that experiences, the one that feels, the one that registers everything that's going on in your body, goes through the nervous system to the brain, and then you, the living soul, the being that either is in the body or leaves the body, that one that is you, is it registers in the soul. So even though we're feeling something in the heart, energetically, or we're feeling some pain in the lungs, or in the foot, we stubbed our toe, and the sensation goes up the nervous system to the brain, and then it registers. We recognize that we're experiencing that pain. We recognize it as the soul being the closest to the brain. So that is why when we are having thoughts of fear or worry, that immediately, when I, the soul, am having a thought of fear or worry, then that immediately affects the brain, which sends off chemicals through the hormones, sends off signals through the neurotransmitters to affect the body. First, of course, it affects the spiritual body, which is our body of light, and then at the same time, actually, it affects our physical body. So if we can change the way we are thinking, we will change the way that we are feeling. And that doesn't matter whether it's on a physical level or on a spiritual level, emotional level. The thought is the place to start, where we're thinking. Now, if we're in depression, we might not be having any thoughts. We might not know what to think. If we're in anxiety, we might be having way too many thoughts. So we either want to slow down our thoughts, or we want to stimulate our thinking. And we want to stimulate our thinking into positive thoughts about the self, and we want to slow down our thoughts so that we're not wasting our energy on thoughts that are not helping us. So as I said, first is acceptance. I accept my situation. I accept what I'm going through, because we have to accept it. Second is to breathe through the pain. If you're experiencing emotional pain, if you're experiencing physical pain, whatever you're experiencing, if you need to energize yourself, breathe. And thirdly is to recognize what's going on, to recognize yourself as the soul, the being of light that runs the body, not the body. The body is the costume. The body is what we operate. So to recognize that we're not this bodily costume, that everything is temporary, that we will leave the body at some point, and that doesn't mean it's the end of your life. You are the living soul. So we all leave the body at some point. And yes, it is very difficult when people leave their bodies at what seems like to be the wrong time, and that happens a lot. It's very unfair. It seems very unfair and awful. But for now, we have to accept what is. We have to accept that somebody close to us has left, or that we've had our heart broken by somebody, or that we're experiencing this worry and this fear. Whatever it is, we have to accept it. But the third thing, acceptance, breathing, and then the third thing is to recognize, to understand, I am not this body. I am the soul. I am the living, conscient energy that is intelligent, that is thinking, that is feeling, that is experiencing, and everything gets registered here. It doesn't matter what we're going through, it's registered here. You might not notice, but you're still registering. Even if you're feeling something in the heart, it's still recognized here. So you are that point of consciousness behind the third eye. You are the living soul. The eyes are the window of the soul, as they say. So recognizing that you are the soul, not the body, is a really important aspect of understanding that can help us through the fears that are usually related to our physical body. What's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to the body? Are we going to go through pain? La da 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 da. All those things that cause us fear, all the things about worry, because if we recognize, if we identify with the living soul, which nothing can really hurt, nothing can burn, the soul can't be burnt, the soul can't be cut, the soul can't be hurt physically, because it's beyond the physical. So by recognizing that I am that you are, that we all are, we are the ones that are running the body. We're not the body. We're the ones that choose our thoughts, but we're not our thoughts. We're the ones that are experiencing, but we are not our experience. We can choose. So the third thing is to recognize what's going on inside. What's going on inside my mind, inside the mind, what's going on what's going on in the body, what's going on in the mind, the heart. And then knowing that we have the power, we've created it. On some level, at some point in time, it has been created. Even if it seems like it's happened to us, well, that goes into a deep subject, but just know that by accepting that I've created this, even by drawing certain experiences to me, we empower ourselves. So recognizing that you are the soul, that you are the one that is creating your experiences, and therefore you can create new ones. You can say, well, I created this on some level. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I must have somehow invited these experiences to learn something. So then you can say, I can create something different. And the thoughts are the first step to creating something new. So what thoughts are helpful? What thoughts? I'm just going to reiterate: acceptance, breathing, recognizing or understanding who am I, who you are as the eternal living soul, the point of conscient energy behind the third eye, the one that experiences, the one that creates, the one that thinks, the one that feels, the one that understands, the one that intuits, the living being that runs the body. So that's number 3. And number 4, so once you take some time to go within and just see, what thoughts are you having? What thoughts are going on? Are they thoughts? What's the effect on your body? Are they thoughts that make you feel happy? Are they thoughts that make you feel sad? Are they thoughts that make you feel fearful? Are they thoughts that make you feel worried? What are they? And recognize your own power. You could say, well, it's based on what's happening. That's real. This is what's happening, so it's real. But whatever is happening, that's real, okay. But you can still change your thinking about it. You can change. The situation is the same, but you can have all kinds of different ways to think about it. You can think about it in ways that make you feel, wow, this terrible thing is happening to me right now. But I am choosing not to react to it. Wow, I feel proud of myself. I'm not reacting to that as I may have done in the past, or I'm making some effort to not get sad about it. Now, I'm just thinking the other day that I got really sad and upset, and and I've been trying to practice this for a long time, so it does take time, but more and more, the more that we practice, the more that we'll get better at it. So we want to have a good experience. So what are some thoughts that would help us feel good? Okay, so I've lost my job, this terrible thing happened, my family is rejecting me. I'm in pain, I'm physical pain, I have a broken heart. So what are some thoughts that I can have to shift it so I'm not going into depression and sadness and worry and fear and pain? I am a peaceful soul. I am a powerful soul. I am a loveful soul. I am love. I am loved. I'm loving. I'm lovable. I am. So using the I am and acknowledging how far you've come, acknowledging that you're okay, acknowledging that you're the eternal soul, acknowledging that, and even if you don't believe it, just saying over and over again, I am love, I am loved, I am loving, I am lovable. You'll start to feel it. Acknowledging that I am a powerful being of light, and I have the power to change my circumstances. I am powerful. That's a positive thought. I forgive those that have hurt me. I understand they're going through their pain and they can't cope with it. So I'm having mercy for those souls that hurt me. I can let go now. I understand that they're coming from their pain. So all these ways of changing our thoughts will start to make us feel, because feelings come from thoughts originally, better. So just for now, let's take some. I'm going to do a little meditation. I have in the background, this is a picture, but because it's Earth Day, you can see the trees in the background, but there's a little dot in the middle, and it's like the dot, the soul, that point of consciousness that exists behind the third eye. That's why it's called the third eye. I am a peaceful soul. So get comfortable. Take a few deep breaths. We're just going to lovingly accept this is the situation I'm in. I have just entered into this body. You can just pretend I've just entered into this body, or you're saying that to yourself. Into this situation. I have created this situation on some level at some time. Take that responsibility to take back my power. I keep breathing. You can imagine that you're breathing in a waterfall of light that's just cleansing and purifying you. Just imagine this beautiful light, white light, golden light. Maybe it's an ocean of pink that you're in. And you're just cleansing all those old feelings out. And you choose some thoughts. Maybe your mind is going. It's okay. If your mind is going, it's okay. You can do this again many times in the day. I'm a peaceful soul. I'm a loveful soul. I'm surrounding myself in love. I'm connecting to the source of love. and recognizing that despite whatever it is, there is still love. Sometimes I can't see it, but it's still there. I accept myself and my circumstances. I breathe through whatever it is. I recognize that I am the soul, not the body, the living energy. I'm the creator of my thoughts, and therefore my feelings, and therefore my life. And so it is. Amen. Om